What's good, y'all? My name is Rorvis Paradox, aka Docs Brando, and I'd like to welcome you all to another installment of Rorvis Reviews. I got a great one for y'all on this. I literally threw away everything I was planning on for today just to actually do the review of the Ken and Friends concert. So I hope y'all ready to hear me talk about it because it was exciting time and I'm excited to talk about it. Remember, 500 subscribers is the goal, so make sure y'all sharing it with everybody and make sure y'all follow me on IG at ActorsBurndo25 to make sure y'all staying up to date. Well, that being said, let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to let all y'all know is I'm gonna be breaking down the concert into three sections, just like the three sections it was posted on. So I will go through Dr. DJ Heads, I'll go through DJ Mustard set, and I will go through Kendrick Lamar set and give them their own ratings each, and then kind of go for the overall rating for the whole concert. Now this event was so fun to watch. I had the honor of watching it with my pops by my side, so we was over here just vibing. So it was just nothing but great history on a great Juneteenth. And speaking of Juneteenth, there's nothing greater than see a whole bunch of black excellence on the day that the African Americans in Texas found out that they were free. So a historical event in hip hop on a historical day and to black people is just, something that's great. Um, well, that I'm talking about, I'm gonna start getting into my thoughts of the first section of the concert, and that was in the hands of DJ Head. Now, with the DJ headset, what I absolutely adored about it was this was the section for LA. Like the whole show is for LA, but this section in particular was for LA. And what I mean by that is this is where a lot of the local artists that are not popping yet got a chance to shine, or artists that have had some mainstream success but are still the hometown heroes and haven't gone too straight too far. This was a chance for some of them to get some shine and show the support for K Dot and also put on for the city. And it was just amazing to see. The first person to come out was the boy Remble and doing his song Touchable. Now, Remble is somebody I've gotten the chance to hear because of my friends while we were in Discord. So I was familiar with his game and his energy, and this song was definitely a great way to start off the show. Next was Ray Vaughn, a TDE signee that I haven't had the chance to actually tap into. But the way that boy was rapping on Problems, man, like that boy was spitting. That he was really talking that talk, and it was just great to hear. Then we got to hear an all-female group, the Cuzzos, come out perform this song Gold Members, which was a nice vibe. Kind of gave me some Bay Area vibes. And all of them's going hard. And something that me and my pops noticed off rip, one of the members is pregnant. Like pregnant, and she's showing out. So I was like, "Yay, yo, get your money and put on for the city." Uh, the next people to come out was Ruchi and fuck, I don't know how to say this dude name. I don't want to fuck it up, so I'm not gonna say it. Y'all be able to see it in the description. I'm gonna put it like right on the video. But they performed their song "Light It Up," and these boys were just bringing the energy, and I love the hook and everything was going good. Um, my pops, however, a little bit of old headness was just like, hey, all they say is "Light It Up," but you know how that goes. But I enjoyed my time there. Next up was Jay Worthy with Meet the Whoops, and this right here was probably exciting for me and aggravating to my pops because these fools came up on stage and it was like the blood version of Wu-Tang. Like everybody is going crazy at the same time. Everybody's trying to hype each other up. It was just like rambunctious, rags everywhere, flags everywhere. It's like, yo, it was very chaotic, but it's magnificent to watch. My only issue with it was I feel like either it was some technical difficulties or they weren't prepared enough to perform their song live. Like only some of them I can hear clearly. So I'm about to run it back with the actual track, but the energy was there and that was something I definitely love. Um Wally, the sensei, coming up next doing his O3 Flow song, and that's definitely a song I've heard before while chilling with the homies. And this song was just a vibe, and he was just floating. I absolutely loved this track. Um, there was no issue technically, nothing. Everything was perfect on there. Then somebody that I'm completely familiar with, West Side Boogie, came on the stage and did his song Silent Ride, and this is something that I gravitated towards when I first heard back in 2018, 19, 7, 18, 19, somewhere around there. So like, and then I'm very fond of him, especially his last album, More Black Superheroes. That is perfection right there. That's definitely one of my favorite albums I've ever heard in the 2020s. Next, it goes into Zoe Osama for his song Underrated. And this motherfucker came up with energy. Him and his hype man just they doing their thing, man. Everything is going well. The song is chill, it's bumping. He talking his shit, and this nigga got a dance he doing, and I will be doing this dance for the rest of the year. Anytime I'm out, I'm just gonna be hitting this shit. It's just, everything about it just fly as hell. I don't know what it is, but it just works. It just works, my nigga. Next it goes to K-Line for real with G Perico with Right With It. Another great energy going on with the song. Everything was flowing, and very impressed by these artists' dynamic. Then next up was Bino with Bozo. I found out that he was a Nipsey Hustle affiliated. He was I probably heard his voice on one of his mixtapes, so I was very interested to see him, and that's somebody I'm gonna check out more as well. People that get quoted by my friends often. Blue Bucks came in with their song Walking In. I'm already familiar with these two gentlemen, and these boys were doing their thing as well. Everything was flowing and they was talking their shit. Next was RJ Mr. LA performing Get Rich. This song was a fucking bop. This was a vibe. This is something I'm definitely gonna listen to often. I'm gonna have to check out all his work. Everything was just cool. And then Ogeezy with Geek Elite. I've heard this song before. You know, when you have the Freak Elite beat, it's not hard to fuck up. So him and his homeboy did their thing. Then Jason Martin, or as most of us know him, formerly known as Problem, came up with Like Why? And this song right here, oh my god, this takes me so back, man. I was going crazy up in there. And it's just like that instrumental from No Limit is just perfection. And he did greatness with that song back in the day. So it was great seeing him up on the stage. Then we got to see something really cool. We got to see a performance by Tommy the Clown and his TC squad. And Tommy the Clown is somebody in LA that was trying to, help kids get away from all the problems and try to give them a different outlet to use their energy. So he brought crump into them, he brought dancing, and then they're able to put their energy and all that into that. And this was basically promo for him coming back saying, hey, yo, we bring back the battles. So if you think you can outdance us, show out, pop up, come on. What's it gonna be? And seeing these young kids, from the teens to like real young, and I think I seen a 7-year-old or 5-year-old. I don't know how it is. That boy was getting down. Everybody was, man. These kids was getting crunk, bro. So overall, I'm gonna say that the first section of the Pop Out Ken and Friends concert, I'm gonna give it like number ratings wise, I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. I enjoyed everything I saw. I think some of these artists still need a little bit of work when performing live. I think a lot of them were just super excited to be in front of that many people in front of their city. Like everybody's like around there, so that's definitely something that's going to amp you up when you got a home crowd like that and you're on a platform that you've never been on of this magnitude. Like, and it's not only just for them to see, they're streaming it around the world for everyone to see what you do and how you put it on. So I thought they did a good job overall, but some of the artists could use some work, but that's going to take, all that is just getting in with time. So overall, like I said, 8 out of 10, great job. Time for me to get into that next section. Now, the DJ Mustard set, this was damn near perfect. This motherfucker, okay, just to really highlight, like I said, with the DJ headset, all those people were just like, that was for LA. That was for like the really one. Those were for the ones in the know what's going on. You know, DJ Mustard. These are for, this was like more mainstream. This is for the people that made it out. These are people that are like more known than the people that were in the first set. And this was just a phenomenal set list. Like, you start off with 310 Baby, who has one of the biggest songs out right now with Soak City Do It. And that song is literally everywhere. You see people doing his dance, not only, you know, in these TikTok videos, but even in the NFL. So like it's everywhere. And the energy was there. Then you get into Blast, who I love this art. I love some of the songs from this artist. He came in, performed his song Overrated. Then he performed his song Chosen with Ty Dolla $ign. And that song right there, that is perfection. That is magnificent. That's a great song. That's just a vibe. That's just enjoyable. That gets into Ty Dolla $ign staying on stage. Mustard's like, hey man, we gotta perform our song. Then next thing you hear is Dollar Sign. And the only problem that was during this part of the performance was a technical difficulty, and that plagued that one part. It was really bad, but still great to hear that song. Still see Ty Dolla $ign and Mustard out on the same stage in front of the whole city. Then you get into somebody I didn't expect to show up. Steve Lacy comes out, performs Static and Bad Habit. And you know, the only reason this is unique, even though he's from there, it was just like when you think of what to expect from this whole arrangement of LA artists, you don't expect to see an artist like him pop up. But like, you know, he from there, and he was like, hey yo, if they call for me, I'm coming. And that boy did his thing, and Bad Habits, you know, got the love it got. Static was cool, everything was right about it. Nobody was really singing it, but Bad Habit, easily everybody in the room was singing it. Then we get another surprise with Tyler Creator coming out to What's My Name, What's Your Name, and performing that. And going into performing Earthquake, and Earthquake literally had the arena rocking, like from top to bottom, everybody singing the song. And this part was in particular a high point for me, because thinking about Tyler's career, right? If you're in the know with Tyler, when he first came out, that nigga was a fucking weirdo. We don't need to debate, argue, anything. That nigga was weird, and he was acting up. He was fucking wild. He was a madman. And his progression to be the artist he is now, to come back to the city and be able to perform, because like, you know, niggas were really rocking with Tyler back in the day. Like, some niggas were, but like not everybody was rocking with him. And it's not even that bad to say, in honesty. I feel like it's very easy to say that. It was just like, he was different. But once you get to where he is now with production and what he means, his artistry, everything, he's just so much better than he was back then. And it's just great to see him get the love that he deserves from where he's from. Next we get into the tribute to Nipsey Hussle that DJ Mustard did, and this was beautiful. You know, tears to my eyes. You know, for me, Nipsey was somebody that my dad put me on to, and an artist that I thoroughly enjoy. And Victory Lap was an album we played in the house frequently from top to bottom. And when he passed, that one really hurt. Finding out, wow, I think I was at school, I was in college, and in the class, and it's just like the news pop out, and it's just like, it was shocking, and that one still hurts. So to see this tribute he did, you know, playing Perfect 10, playing Last Time That I Checked, and then he brings in Roddy Ricch to form his hook of Racks in the Middle, another Nipsey song. Everything just felt right, and it was just like, I felt like they really did honor him. Roddy Ricch stays on stage. He starts going to Die Young. He gets into The Box, which, you know, this is still his biggest song. I'm not saying it's his best song, but the arena was rocking. Everybody was singing it from top to bottom. No lyrics was missed. Then you get into another one of his big songs, that's a collaboration with DJ Mustard with Ballin', and that's just a beautiful piece of music. You literally can't hate this song. Like, if you hate the song, I don't know, I feel like you're kind of a piece of shit. Then we get into the person that, you know, that was synonymous with DJ Mustard, the person that was like his Jazzy Jeff to the rappers Fresh Prince, his Eric B to the rappers Rakim, and that is YG. YG came in with BDT. Then he got into my nigga, my motherfucking nigga. Then a song that I first heard when he was out that met her at the club, said what's up, took her to the crib, and you know I fucked and do it mood. Come on, my God, bro. I remember being a jit when that shit was out, and it's still here to this day. And I love that they performed it. Then you get into Who Do You Love, and they made sure to not even get close to that Drake verse. It's fuck that nigga right now. Then we get into Big Bang. He performs that part of the song, and then as he exits out, he's letting know sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Overall, with this section, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It was really close. I think the technical difficulties with Paranoid's being a performance definitely made it a little. It was just that one hitch in the road, the one issue. Other than that, everything else was flawless. I love the outlook of seeing like these successful LA artists that have like really outreach but still are repping the city as best they can, and I thought it was just great. So again, for this section, 9 out of 10, still great, still phenomenal. Now, the last section that I'm going to talk about is what we all truly came to see, and that was Kendrick Lamar perform. And we all wondering, what songs are Kendrick going to perform? What's he going to do? Who's he going to bring out? And this section right here is easily my favorite section of them all. This right here was a true show, and it showed that Kendrick Lamar is not only a great artist, and I'm not saying that to disregard him being a rapper. Being a rapper is being an artist, but being an artist and being an MC, to be able to control the crowd like he did, it was masterful. It was a sight to see where he's at his career compared to artists in the first section is kind of night and day. And it's something I think a lot of artists should strive for. I want people to truly study this footage, this performance, to put that level into theirs. If they're not a dancer or anything, if they're just a rapper who needs the energy and needs to be able to conduct the people at his whim, this is what you need to look at. And it was just great from the start. How do you start a concert off after winning a rap beef? Well, you start off with the first track you sent out, and that's Euphoria. He starts off with Euphoria off rep after coming from the middle of the stage, and the crowd is just screaming and waiting for him to start to figure out what song goes go first. Euphoria starts playing, and when I'm telling you, the whole crowd rapped a 6-minute song that had no hook, word for word, bar for bar, the whole time. I knew we were about to see a real show, because this is not like only a few people were singing along. I'm talking about you can hear everyone singing this song, and people will act like Not Like Us is the only song from the disc that people like and actually listen to. Nah, I know I listened to Euphoria, and if you couldn't tell already, them folks listened to Euphoria and they were losing their damn mind. Then he's going into DNA, and again, I feel like with this set list, this what he did right here was just great, and it feels like every song had to be here for a reason. And DNA is definitely one of them after saying the things he said about Drake. Then you get into Element when he says, "If I gotta slap a pussy ass nigga, I'ma make it look sexy." There's only one pussy nigga he can be talking about right now, and we know who it is. And then you get into one of my favorite songs from Kendrick, "And we hate po-po, one of the killers dead in the street for show. I'm about to preach this dough, my knees getting weak and my gun might blow, and we are, oh my." This right here, the whole crowd erupted. Everyone was already on their feet, hopping up and down, but when All Right came on, this song in particular, if y'all don't know, I literally said it in my Kendrick Lamar video. Link to it will be in in the top corner for you can check that out. All Right was a song that was literally used in marches during the Black Lives Matter. We're talking about people are chanting "We gonna be all right" because they felt that in their heart and soul. They felt a connection to those lyrics. And when you performing that type of song on Juneteenth, it was just like I don't know. It felt like it felt like a beam of light was coming down, and all of us was feeling the same thing no matter where you were at that moment. Everything was perfection around here. Then you get into swimming pools. How can you not like one of the like his first successful song in a way, his first kind of mainstream hit, and still holds weight, still hold water. And then you get into him performing one of the best songs off of Good Kid Mad City, Money Trees. And then who arises from this bottom of the stage? J Rock to perform one of the best guest verses of the 2010s. Cause what else is a thug to do when you eat cheese from the government? Got put fight with my daughter and get the fuck up out my way, bitch. Oh, nah, this right here, he's going crazy. Energy was that. And then thinking about like how J Rock used to be the man of Top Dog. He was the first artist signed, and he was the one that was like leading the charge. And Kendrick was on the wings, and then he just surpassed him and took on. To see them both on stage was just a great energy to see. After they finished the song, Kendrick's all like, "Hey Jay, go ahead, go crazy." Then what do we hear? Win, 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 win. Above everything else, win, 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 win. And some folks may not like this song, but everything about this song is just high energy greatness to me. And I always enjoy hearing this song. And it was just a great vibe to see it live on stage. Well, not live on stage, a live performance of it. Then you get to King's Dead off the Black Panther album. And both of them are just bouncing off each other. The energy is just great. Everything is just flowing perfectly. Then the next person to pop up on stage, Ab Soul. And Ab Soul doesn't perform, but Ab Soul has been gone through a lot in his life, and it felt like he didn't really need to perform. He just needed to be there to vibe. And this is where Kendrick performs his second diss track towards Drake with 616 in LA. And he didn't do the whole song, he just did the first portion of it. And the way that Absol kind of, he had his hand on Absol's shoulder and he's just rapping to him, just going crazy. And it's just like everything is just, the energy was there. The energy was just there. Everything about this section, great. And 3/4 of Black Hippie are on stage. So that must mean, oh, it's Schoolboy Q. Let's go. Q comes up. Collard Greens is performed. A song that, as someone put it on Twitter, as soon as you heard it play, a bucket hat popped out on your head like a symbiote. And it just took you back to 2014. And it was just like, oh shit. And him and Kendrick are going back and forth doing their thing. Everything is perfect now. Everybody in Black Hippie on stage. It's a moment. Then we immediately get into Schoolboy Q performing that part. Just his first verse of it. I thought we was about to hear a Black Hippie version of it, but they was like, nah, just gonna do that. Still great. And then what do you do when you have all Black Hippie on the stage? You let Kendrick perform while the rest of them get the jam, and this is where he performs King Kunta. And this is a song that had a subliminal towards Drake that a lot of people didn't catch on to. When he said, when you got y'all sharing bars like you got the Bob Bunk and the two-man sale. Just something y'all can peep game to. So again, a lot of these tracks that Kendrick selected for his set list had purpose. Then you get into Mad City being performed after the rest of Black Hippie leaves. And it's just the first part because Kendrick usually doesn't get into the second half of Mad City, but it's still high energy. Everybody's losing their fucking minds. Then you get into another one of his big hits that he has under his belt in Humble. Everybody rapping it word for word, bar for bar, bouncing off the wall. Then you get into him for the first time performing his Like That verse. And everybody's really rapping this from top to bottom. So it's just a phenomenal energy that we're getting right here. And it's just like, this is definitely, shout out to Metro for the production because everything everything just matched with Kendrick's verse to the beat. The crowd reaction was phenomenal. Then you get into, he was talking about in the beginning, we're connecting generations, the beginning of California hip hop and where it's at now. And what can that only mean after he says that? Dr. Dre arises from the stage, and then you hear doom 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 doom. Guess who's back? Still Dre is performing between the two, and then Kendrick is taking the place of Snoop doing his parts. And don't let nobody fool you. Snoop was just overseas, minding his business, living his life. He couldn't make it. If he could, oh my god, it would have been great for California hip hop. But that's near here to say. Shout out to Uncle Snoop. Still Dre has performed a great hit from Dre, and there's no way they could do a California concert with all these California artists and Dre not perform California Love. It's literally impossible. You can't do it. So he performs his verse from California Love, and then everything is wrapping up, and he's like, "Hey, yo, Dre, are you forgetting something?" He's like, "Oh yeah." Dre walks up and says, "Psst, I see dead people. Hey, Not Like Us starts playing. Hey, bust out the beat, oh." And the crowd is rapping the whole thing. I know I'm saying this multiple times, but this one in particular is going to make a lot more sense compared to the rest of the times they were saying the whole song word for word. Now, it gets to the A minor, and the song stops, and Kendrick is just dancing as the crowd is still holding the note or trying their best to hold this note. And it's like going on for at least 16 bars. It's a long period of time that they're trying to hold that note. And then Kendrick just looks at him, he said, "Hey, so you're not gonna let them disrespect our legends, right? You're not gonna let them disrespect Cali, right?" And it starts it from the top. Yeah. Hey, must on the beat. Oh, beat. Gets to the A minor part again. Restarts it. Must on the beat. Oh, beat. Oh. A minor. Oh, hey, they not like us. 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 You think the bank gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga? And he continues the whole song this time around. He does not start it over. He continues to rap down the whole second verse. Then he gets into rapping the third verse, and this is where some dancers come on, and they're going crazy along with the crowds. And mind you, this whole time, every time it starts over, the crowd starts over. There has not been a moment where the crowd is not singing this song. This song is huge. This performance was huge. And Kendrick showed the fuck out, and he gets into the third verse. And this is where you really see how Drake fucked up, because when he said Kendrick acting like he always want to free the slaves, saying that about niggas, that was just a bad move, because now you got set up with one of Kendrick's best third verses he ever rapped, because he really laid down the foundation to really show how Drake has really used Atlanta like the whites did niggas. Like, he really colonized the sound of Atlanta and tried to stay claim there, like he from there, without doing nothing for Atlanta. But every time he need a hit, he's going down there. Anytime he needs to get street cred, all that, he's going there, and Kendrick lays it all out, and it's just phenomenal. And then you get to the great part towards the end. Let me hear you say OVO, OVO, say OVO, OVO. Now step this way, step this way. And as he's doing this, he's actually starting dancing with the dancers and going, it's just a vibe. Everybody's live right now. And then he finishes the song. And then he's looking at everybody. He's looking behind the scenes. And then he starts letting people come up on stage. DJ Mustard gets on stage. So when he say Mustard on the beat, ho, and then like he's saying it to Mustard, and everybody's popping up on stage. And it's not just everybody that's performed. Nigga, Russell Westbrook was in the building. LA Native comes up on stage. DeMar DeRozan, LA Native, comes up on stage. They crip walking, they dancing. Everybody's on stage now while they performing this time again. And it's just high energy, and it's just beautiful. It's just black excellence at its finest. And after he performs it this time, I was like, everybody gather up, get a picture. We're taking a picture. We done lost Kobe, we done lost Nip, we lost a lot, and now we brought ourselves together. All these different gangs from different sets. Everything is phenomenal right now. We need to really make this a memory. So we take a whole bunch of pictures, and it's just a really beautiful picture and timing for what we just seen right here. And he's saying, you know, this ain't about no beef no more. This is about love. This is about Cali. This is LA. And he's like, one West, one West. You know what I'm saying? And it was just brought a tear in my eye, bro. Like, this shit was really beautiful. And what do? Perform the song again. Perform the song again. It's everybody vibing. I'm talking about everybody from the DJ headset, from the DJ Mustard set. Everybody's on stage just vibing, have a good time, dancing, laughing. We got little kids getting crunk on stage. Everything is just beautiful right now. Just peak. And after this last performance, Kendrick finally is done performing. But then they play the instrumental for Not Like Us as the outro. And that's the whole show. That's it. So, all in all, for this performance, for the Kendrick Lamar set on the Ken and Friends, this is easily a 10 out of 10. This was beautiful. This was magnificent. This was everything about this was fantastic, wonderful, stupendous. There's not even enough words for me to say how great it was. He showed why he's one of the greatest rapper of all time, or at least the greatest rapper alive right now. When he pops out and when he really pop out and comes outside, you get to see how great he truly is as an artist, as a performer, as a rapper, an MC lyricist, whatever you want to say. Kendrick has just been one of these ones for over a decade now, and still one of the ones. 10 out of 10 performance that I've gotten to see. It was just excellent. Now, this was just amazing. And like I told in the beginning of the video, that I had something totally planned differently. I just rewatched the movie from my childhood, and I had plans to draw a connection to another film that I've also spoken about recently. I was going to bring them together, and it was going to be really cool. But as I'm watching this performance, I just tweet out, I was like, you know, what if I did review this? You know, what y'all thinking? And for the most part, I was getting like, yeah, get on that immediately. And I'm doing this because not only is it, you know, a trending topic, something that's current, instead of me going back and watching these older films. This right here was truly a moment. It was history, bringing LA together for something that I haven't seen in my lifetime ever. Like, cultural wise, Kendrick stuck the flag in the ground, said, "This is my territory." Kendrick, the way Drake said that Kendrick get no love in the city, Drake get more love than Kendrick in his own city, that he's not affiliated with none of these folks, none of all that. Fuck all that, because he wrong. And he proved it right here. It took one call, one move, and all the whole coast pulled up. The whole coast. We got E40 repping the Bay, narrating, painting the picture in between sets. The beginning of the show, you got everybody popping out, showing. Yeah, the youngins got to show where the West Coast is still thriving in their culture and where it's going to in the future artistically. You got the people that's been running things, doing their thing as well. Then you have Kendrick letting people know that, hey, they crowned me the king of the West Coast not too long ago. And I'm still the king. He's still the king. It's not even close. And all of them know it. Because Kendrick, regardless of what he does as an artist, is always going to go back home. It's always going to connect to where he's from. And he's always going to put on. He ain't never left. And that's what he had to show. And that's what he was doing with this performance. And it was just excellent to see. Easily, I'm going to say as a whole, this performance, this concert, I'm giving it 10 out of 10 as a whole, regardless of what I said about the first two in between. As a whole, this was greatness. This was 5 stars. This was everything that I wanted, plus some. It was a great experience. I wish I could have been there live. If I would have been there live, I would not know how to fucking act. I would have lost my damn mind. I probably even could do this video today because I would have lost my voice. I know I would have. But now I have to ask, did you get what I said about this concert? Did you enjoy all these different sets, or who are the people that you gravitated towards? Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts of the concert, if you got to see it. And because I fuck with y'all my doxaholics, I have made a playlist of the set lists. Now, this is excluding 616 in LA because it's not on streaming services yet, but every other song from the performance is on there. So I will put that in the description below. Please make sure you're liking this video. Make sure you're liking all videos, you're sharing videos, you're making sure people know to subscribe, because the goal is still 500 subscribers. So help your boy out for we can grow the channel, for I can give you the best content. This has been Rorvis reviews from Rorvis Paradox, aka Dox Brando, and I'll see you again next week. Peace.